Hello and welcome all you softball fans for another installment of high school softball here on your sports network. Ty Bartel, YSNLive.com. We welcome you into the Falcons opening day as we have the Falcons coming in with a record of 0-0, taking on the Magnificat Blue Streaks 1-0 overall on the season. Your starting lineup for the Blue Streaks as followed. Vanessa Roth is going to be leading things off, followed by Haley Wheeler. Catherine Pence bats third. Kate Hershey will be batting cleanup. Nora Dye bats fifth. Addison Bednar sixth. Claire Wappershaw batting seventh. Ella Lopez eighth. And the designated player today, Elizabeth Nolan, the freshman, batting ninth. Defensively for the Falcons, it's going to be as follows. Kayliana Ray starts in center field. Seneca Coates is in left. Rachel Spalding out in right. Your infield as follows with Abby Toth at first. Sam Severn at second. Morgan Roby at third. And Alyssa Rogers at short with Kylie Folkwine behind the plate. Your starting pitcher today is the junior right-hander, Miley Somerville for the Fitch Falcons. Falcons were slated to open up the season this past Saturday against the Mentor Cardinals. Weather had other plans for the Falcons, so they adjusted that game to Tuesday. So they got the first of a back-to-back to open up their season here. As Vanessa Roth currently batting 1,000 on the season. As in the one win on the season for Magnificat, their 1-0 record, they beat Perkins. Not the restaurant. Perkins up in Sandusky, 21-11 to get their first win, as that first pitch is a ball. 1-0 the count to Roth. Roth, the senior, takes a strike, and it's 1-1. Falcons busting out a new uni, the red look with the white Fitch, block Fitch across the chest, white numbering as well. Swing and a miss as Roth falls behind in the count, 1-2. Blue Streaks donning the navy bottoms and the baby blue tops. That one is hit out to third, and a nice snag by Morgan Roby. Going towards foul territory to gain the first out of this top of the first inning. So one away, bring up Haley Wheeler, the sophomore shortstop today for the Blue Streaks. Magnificat, right-hander, righty-righty matchup. Somerville getting a line out on that first out. That one swung on, hit out towards left field, drifting back. Coates can't make the play, bounces up and over the fence out there in left, and it'll be a automatic double for Haley Wheeler. So Wheeler will pull into second base in scoring position, and a one-out base runner here for the Blue Streaks. So Somerville gonna have to try to pitch out a little bit of trouble here in the first, as Catherine Pence up to bat. Chillier day as Pence goes too far. It's called a strike, 0-1. A little bit of spurts of light drizzles that were happening before today's first pitch. Outside with the ball. But of course, with the turf field that we have here at Austintown Fitch, at the softball complex, it allows for you to get away with some of that lighter rain on days like today. At hit contact towards short. Roger is able to scoop it up. Fire to first. Toth there for the out. They go to third, and able to advance to third was Wheeler. So the runner moves over by Pence's fielder's choice, but there are two down now here in the top of the first inning. Nice job by Alyssa Rogers, stepping up to find that first out. Kate Hershey with a cut, but couldn't come up with contact. It's 0-1 to start. Somerville trying to spot a zero here in the top of the first. She's got a runner 60 feet away, the 0-1. Hit out towards center, and it'll get through, and the Magnificat Blue Streaks will strike first on the RBI single hit by Kate Hershey. This is where you want to try to play damage control if you are the Falcons, especially with 2 outs. As 5-hole hitter Nora Dye, the sophomore, up to bat, went up to get it and lined it over the head of Roby into left field. Coates able to corral it and get it into second in time to hold it to a long single. But first and second are now set up on the back-to-back 2-out base hits by the Blue Streaks. Now bring up Addison Bednar. Swap it to the other side, a lefty here for Somerville. 1 run already across the plate. 2 more threatening on the base paths here with 2 down in the top of the first. Somerville trying to play damage control. First pitch, bit above the zone, it's a ball. Somerville, the 1-0. Little bit above the zone again. 2-0 the count. If Bednar is to reach, Claire Wappershaw is in the on-deck circle here for the Blue Streaks. This Blue Streaks team, like we said, put up 21 runs in their first game of the season. They're no stranger to scoring, but that's a sky pop on the infield. And Samantha Severn, the senior, calls for it, snags it, and that is the final out here in the first inning. Blue Streaks do strike first, though, on the RBI single by Kate Hershey. As the Falcons at a 1-0 trailing deficit going into the bottom of the inning. We'll take our first look at the Falcon lineup when we get back after this. Of course, a big thank you to our friends over at 21WFMJ and their entire sports crew. Catch Dana Bolish, Brittany Bissell, and all the gang over there at 21WFMJ for your premier coverage of this area's sports and all the additional coverage you need this baseball softball season. As we look at the bottom of the first inning, first look at the Falcons bats. Here's the lineup today for Fitch. Kayleana Ray will lead things off, followed by Alyssa Rogers. Morgan Roby bats out of the 3-hole with Kylie Folkwine batting cleanup. Abby Toth bats 5th. Sam Severn in the bridge 6-hole. Tori Greathouse, the designated player, bats 7th. Seneca Coates batting 8th, and Rachel Spalding rounds things out batting 9th. In the circle, it's Marilyn Kennedy, the junior for the Magnificat Blue Streaks. And around her defensively, it's going to look like this. Vanessa Roth is in center field. Ella Lopez out in left. Nora Dye is in right. Infield looking like Catherine Pence is at first. Shortstop is Haley Wheeler. Addison Bednar is at second. Third base, it's going to be Kate Hershey. And Claire Wappershaw is going to be behind the plate as today's catcher for the Magnificat Blue Streaks. Kayleana Ray, Kay Quick, batted .740 her freshman season. And you talk about success. How many players have the opportunity to say they hit nearly 75% of what is thrown to them and got on base? Kayleana Ray entering her sophomore season, a staple at the top of this Falcons order, and that's projected to where she's going to be for years to come. Looking for that bunt. Bunted it foul, 0-1. Speed for days. 37 steals and 38 attempts last season. As Ray takes that one up high, ball 1. 1-1 the count. Nice eye at the plate too is Ray, like her older sister Ayla. Really good two-strike approach as well. Tough to get her out when you do get them behind, and you're going to have a chance to see that here. 1-2 the count as Ray falls behind. Falcons trailing by a run here at the bottom of the first. Ray, a line drive right up the middle, changing her swing and getting on base. Starting off with a single is Kay Quick, and the Falcons have the tying run on here in the bottom of the first. New two-hole hitter and a new addition from here at Austintown Fitch decided to come out play softball. She's a track star, Alyssa Rogers is. She's got speed for days, as Kayliana Ray also does, and she gets to second with ease on a stolen bag. Make that her first of the season and the first of many that we project here on your sports network. Pitch is a ball as Rogers she'll look for the bunt, can't get it, and Ray will easily cruise into third, as failing to cover there in time was Hershey, and Kay Quick has cruised her way to 60 feet away from tying this game up at a run apiece. And that's the danger of her just getting on base. She turns singles into triples, mishandling the ball, and the ball back to third, and safe is Kay Quick. So Kayliana Ray able to bait the throw to third. Rogers is going to be safe at first. Runners now at the corners. Still nobody down here in the bottom of the first inning. And one of the best contact ratios you're going to see in the sport of softball here at the high school level, Morgan Roby did not strike out last season. Across all her plate appearances, started every game. Roby did not suffer a single strikeout, and that just goes to show the type of approach she has at the plate, as Rogers showcased her speed with a stolen base, cruising into second. Runners at second and third. Couple singles here in the first inning by the Falcons, plus some stolen bases, and now Morgan Roby way ahead in the count, 3-0. Couple ducks on the pond, ready to come home. Both the tying and go-ahead run, as Roby will take a strike. Able to paint the outer edge that time was Kennedy, and it's 3 balls, 1 strike. Hitters count still for Roby. The pitch, 3-1. That one is hit out towards center field. It's got some carry off of the center fielder's glove. 1 run will score. Here comes Rogers. A second will score, as Roby will get back to second safely with a 2-run double. 2 RBIs pull in as Roby gives the Falcons the 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the first. This is the theme of when you talk to all these young ladies here on this Falcons team. They realize the 2 cornerstone pieces that they lost from a season ago, but every single one of them is adamant that this is still one of the best lineups in the entire state of Ohio. And, yeah, we might not be able to stop or hold teams to as little runs that maybe we've saw in years past, but we could still put runs up on the board. And a 2-run double by Morgan Roby. After that, a fly out by Folkwine, trying to get a hold of it, just got underneath it, and that'll be today's first out, recorded by the Magnificat defense. Abby Toth, the Detroit Mercy commit. Going to be a Titan after she graduates here at Austintown Fitch. Toth, a lot of power, gap to gap and over the fence. A 1-0 pitch to her. And that'll be 2-0. Roby sits at second, just 1 down here in the bottom of the first. Falcons leading 2-1. The 2-0 skips off the turf. Roby will stay put at second. 3-0 now the count. Should Toth reach, Samantha Severn, second baseman, waits in the on-deck circle. At 3-0, right back to Kennedy. Marilyn Kennedy has that one go to first, but couldn't get it in time as Marilyn Kennedy still feeling it in her hand. Toth going to go to second on the missed time throw. Kennedy had that one scream right back to her glove. And she is pointing to her catching glove in the left, and it's got to be a case where that was just hit right to the heel of the glove, too. And with the temperatures the way they are right now, folks, it feels like pins and needles right now. I guarantee it.
Now answer me a question. Abby beat that out.
As Toth will record the single. An error on the throw advances her to second. Roby is now at third, so 2 in scoring position is how this is all going to be sorted out with only 1 down in the inning. Falcons with a 2-1 lead, but the big case right now is just making sure Marilyn Kennedy is okay. Like we said, on a day like this where we're barely treading that 50-degree mark, we're going underneath and maybe above it too, depending on what you're looking at temperature-wise. It's not a warm day, so the hands are colder, and when you're trying to get a ball like that hit off the barrel of the bat of Abby Toth, credit Kennedy. She almost made the clean play, but she just had to get some feeling back in her hands. She's going to tough it out. She says she's good to go.
Batting sixth for the Fitch Falcons is senior second baseman, number 7, Sam Severn.
Umpiring crew, out of courtesy, of course, going to let Kennedy get a couple of practice pitches in, too, to make sure that she is okay. As Samantha Severn, like we said, the 6-hole hitter, will be stepping in, try to drive in a couple runs. These are the moments that Sammy shines the brightest, it feels like, when you need some runs home, clutch moments in a ball game. First pitch to Severn. It'll be a ball, 1-0. Severn will take a called strike near the knees. A ball and a strike now the call. Though it is cold, the sun is shining, and it's got to be a welcome sight for those lining the outfield fence today at Austintown Fitch in attendance to this one. Makes it a little bit more bearable when you're sitting in the colder temperatures. That one, a screamer to second off of the glove, and 1 run will score. Here comes a second in Toth. Severn will take off for second. She'll get beat out there by the throw for the out. 2 more, though, home for the Falcons, and it's 4-1 Fitch, and 2 RBI for Severn. Bednar just couldn't get that one felled cleanly. Couple runs coming in. 4-1, the Falcons with a nice lead. 2 down in the inning. And now the 7-hole hitter, Tori Greathouse. Greathouse on a couple of those Falcon teams that went to the Little League World Series. A staple name. A freshman coming into this season. She'll hit that one back out to Bednar. Bednar, a little trouble fielding it, and she won't be able to get it to first in time as Greathouse will get there. Couple errors here in this inning now by the Magnificat defense, and it'll give an opportunity to Seneca Coates, another newer name you'll be seeing this season, as Coates, a freshman, batting in left field this year. Coates will take a ball up high, 1-0. Greathouse sits at first, 2 down in the inning. Falcons with 4 home in the frame. The 1-0. That's a sky ball towards center. Ranging out. Nice grab that time by the shortstop, Haley Wheeler, to record the final out here in this bottom of the first inning. Falcons, though, put up 4 on the board, take a 4-1 lead here after 1. We go to the top of the second. Magnificat looks to respond when we get back here on your Sports Network.
Get ready for summer and soak up these specials now through March 22nd at Sheely's. Like these outdoor sets, including this 4-piece group for just $11.99. Save 10% on custom made in the USA outdoor from Telescope and Lloyd Flanders. Don't forget these special purchases in our ever-changing warehouse outlet. Want a great night's sleep at a great price? Check out our Beauty Rest closeouts and White Dove truckload event. Plus, you'll love these innovative GE profile appliances. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
For heating, cooling, and indoor air quality, the Mahoning Valley trusts MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning, offering worry-free repair, service, and installation. Call MP Vivo today for a free estimate.
MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning. We're your energy efficient experts.
It's tax season, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, your refund could be the key to you driving home in the vehicle you always wanted. I will make the most of your tax return and get you approved. Visit me at Greenwood Chevrolet, where I will go the extra mile for you.
Welcome back, everybody. Top of the second inning as the bottom of the Magnificat order will be due up. Claire Wappershaw, Ella Lopez, and Elizabeth Nolan all due up. 7, 8, 9 hitters. Miley Somerville back in the circle for the Falcons as Fitch has spotted her a 3-run lead to pitch with here in the top of the second. Blue Streaks were able to scratch across a run in that first. They're looking to add some more to try to cut this deficit. Claire Wappershaw, the sophomore, standing in and taking a first pitch ball, 1-0. Wappershaw went chasing as Somerville got it below the knees and got her to swing. 1-1, the count evens up. At 1-1, a nice line drive to left, and it'll drop fair, giving her an opportunity to try to get an extra base as Coates gets it in, but into second safely with a leadoff double is Wappershaw. It's ideal for what Magnificat is looking for here after trailing by 3. You want to get some early base runners on the bottom of the order, able to supply them with one in scoring position. Now Ella Lopez, the freshman. That's a ball. Folkwine keeps it in the vicinity. Now 1-0 goes to the turf, 2-0. Outfield really has to try to read those fly balls, especially today, too, with the wind factor. Wind advisories in and throughout the area, too, for the gusts that we've seen. And if you take a look at that flag that's stationed out there in right center field, you could see that thing is blowing like crazy. 2-1, Somerville tried to spin one in there. Just missing, says the home plate ump. And the hitters count 3-1 for Lopez. Back-to-back freshmen round out the bottom of the order for the Blue Streaks with Lopez and Nolan. And that'll sail a bit high, a ball. First and second setup. That does put the double play in order, so not the worst thing in the world in terms of that. There's a silver lining, but you do bring the tying run to the dish now with that walk. Elizabeth Nolan. And we'll take a ball. 1-0. As Nolan will chip that one to the backstop. Foul. 1-1 now. The count evens up. For those that couldn't make it in attendance today, we thank you for tuning in here on ysnlive.com to catch this season opener, home opener for the Austintown Fitch Falcons, back-to-back Division I state champions. the 1-1. That's also hit foul, and that'll make it over the fencing. One of the Falcon baseball players make the great catch. Falcons baseball team winners of the All-American Conference, too, tied with Canfield last season. They'll be looking for the sole possession of that crown as Falcons baseball will be opening up their season this upcoming Friday. That'll go ball down low. 2-2 now, the count evens. Looking for the first out of the inning, the 2-2. Just a bit low, sailed below the knee, and the count runs full. Base runner is going to have a heads up attempt to try to get a step. Somerville trying to find the first out, the payoff. That's hit out towards right field. Rachel Spaulding reads it into the leather for the first out. The throw goes towards third. Roby looks everyone back. Runners will now be at the corners with one down. Nicely played out by Spaulding on the throw and Roby on the follow. Keeps the double play in order as there's one down and a chance for the Falcons still to get out of the inning. And they're going to say actually left early. They went to second with it. They touched the bag, did Rogers, and there's the second out of the inning. So they it had to be a case where they didn't left the bag early, didn't touch the bag, something of that case. It's usually, I think because it was a tag up, it had to have been the case of leaving the bag early and a heads up play by the Falcons to go to second with it and get the second out of the inning. And really a chance to limit damage now because you take all runners out of scoring position. You got two down and only a runner at first now. Off the foul, it's 0-1.
Back to the top of the order for the Blue Streak center fielder number 1, Vanessa Rock.
That's hit out towards center field. Kayleana Ray gets it on the run. So much speed out there in center as Kay Quick shows it off to snag the final out here in the top of the second. As Miley Somerville bobs and weaves through some pressure here in the second to post a 0. As 4-1, the Falcons lead it heading to the bottom half of the inning. Back after this on your Sports Network.
Reserve Run Golf Course, located in Poland, is your destination for great golf, delicious food, and fun times. Whether you're enjoying a round with friends or competing in one of our many leagues, Reserve Run is a great place for golfers of all ages. After golf, join us at Another Round Bar and Grill. With delicious food, cold drinks, and some of the best views in town, it's the perfect spot to relax after your round. Book your tee time or reservation today. Stop in or reach us online at reserverungolf.com. Reserve Run, golf, food, fun.
Welcome back, everybody. Ty Bartel, YSNLive.com. It's the bottom of the second inning here for the Fitch Falcons softball team. 9-0 hitter Rachel Spaulding will lead things off for Fitch, and she'll take a first pitch ball.
Rachel Spaulding.
With a count 2-0 on Spaulding. That'll be hit out towards center. A nice swing by Spaulding to set the Falcons up with a leadoff base runner. A Spaulding single will turn it over to the top, and Kayleana Ray 1 for 1 today. A single and a couple of stolen bases already to her resume in today's contest. That one will bounce in the other batter's box. Ray lays off of it. It's a ball, 1-0. Ray, a nice screamer up towards center field. Another base hit for Ray. She's 2 for 2 on the day. And the Falcons got a pair on the pond already to start this bottom of the second inning. And bring Alyssa Rogers up. Rogers able to reach on a bunt single. Her first plate appearance.
Shortstop number 00, Alyssa Rogers.
Rogers will take a first pitch strike, 0-1. Mentioned her track experience. She has speed for days between her and Kayleana Ray at the top of the lineup. There's a lot of things you got to deal with if you're on the infield. And here's another example. Nicely hit. Pull side past second base. There's the base hit. There's the RBI for Rogers, and she'll quickly speed to second. Second and third set up. Another run in for Fitch. 5-1 Falcons lead it. And the first RBI for Alyssa Rogers on the season. And set up Morgan Roby with a couple runners in scoring position.
Third baseman number 42, Morgan Roby.
Roby will take a first pitch called strike, 0-1 the count. Roby went up and got it, hit it right over the second baseman Bednar's head into center. Both runs will score. Roby to second, a 2 RBI double for number 42, Morgan Roby. And the Falcons really blowing things open now. It's 7-1. A 3-run second to follow the 4-run first, and there's still nobody out. And we're into the meat of the order.
Catcher number 13.
Kylie Folkwine, plenty of pop in that bat, and she'll get a called first strike on her. That's a hit out towards short. Throw to first, not in time as Folkwine, plenty of speed herself. She'll beat it for the infield single. First and third now set up for the Falcons, and again, still nobody out. Folkwine's first hit of the season.
Now the first baseman number 10, Abby Toth.
Abby Toth hits it towards left, but that'll go out of play. Foul. 0-1. Runners at the corners for Toth. 0-1 the count on her. That'll bounce in front of the dish. Roby heads up, able to score on it, and kept on going was Folkwine, and she'll go from first to third, keeping her hand on the bag, and this aggressive group of Falcons keeps on taking runs. It's 8-1. And this is a little bit of the identity that Coach Ward was describing with this group is they're going to be aggressive on the base paths. They have the speed to do so. Not that they don't have that over-the-fence ability to drive home runs that way too, but they could be pests on the base paths, especially the first few in that order, and that's a liftoff for Abby Toth. You can kiss it goodbye. And Abby Toth blast off, and the first home run of the Falcons season is a 2-run shot to right center field. Touch 'em all, Toth. It's 10-1 Fitch.
Touch 'em all time for Abby Toth.
As Abby Toth put a charge into that one. As now Sammy Severn up to bat. Still nobody out. A 6th spot in this inning for the Falcons.
For home runs in 24 games last season, the Austintown Fitch Falcons
Severn.
44 round trippers, breaking the previous record.
Scholarly, skilled, selfless. So many words to describe this young lady and what she means to this team, what she also means to this community. Her, Rachel Spalding alike, 4.0 students, valedictorian type students with Great characters, too, helping out the youth of the community, as Severn will send that one to right center, just off of the fence. Missed a home run by inches. Severn going to stop up at second with a stand-up double. But she put a charge into that one as well in terms of a line drive. That thing a laser beam to the fence line, and Severn stands at second, still nobody out, and Tori Greathouse up to bat.
Now the designated player number 51, Tori Greathouse.
Called strike on the freshman. Mentioned the amount of big games Greathouse has played in, with trips to the Little League World Series for Falcons youth softball teams, and just being able to play in those type of moments too. She wasn't shying away to the big moments throughout those runs. It's one of the reasons you see her starting freshman season as the designated player too. She's ready for those type of moments. That's a sky pop on the infield, riding the fair foul line, and catching it in fair territory was the third baseman Hershey, and that is the first out here in the bottom of the second inning. Bring up Seneca Coates.
Now coming to the plate, left fielder number 58, Seneca Coates.
Called a ball. Coates, RBI opportunity here for her. Pair of freshmen back-to-back here in the lineup for the Falcons. A little behind that one as the fastball gets the swing and the miss to even the count up, 1-1. At 1-1, a soft roller to short, and that's going to skip past the first baseman, Pence. Going to score is Severn. Coates going to get all the way to third on the fielding error. Falcons pick up the run. It's 11-1 Austintown Fitch. They have a 7-run bottom of the second inning. And to think, they've batted around because Rachel Spalding led off this inning with a single. She gets her second bat of the frame. As fielding error lets another run score. And it's 12-1 here. That's a little flare towards first, and it'll drop in fair territory. Rachel Spalding, 2 for 2 on the game, 2 for 2 in the inning, and she's going to keep running on the missed time throw all the way to third. She'll stay there, and she'll try to for home, looking to beat it out, and she'll get there. The hustle play around the base paths. Rachel Spalding just kept those legs churning, and the Falcons churn out another run. It's 13-1 Fitch with a 9-run bottom of the second. And Kayliana Ray, who's 2 for 2 today. Just not a good fielding inning right now for Magnificat. A lot of self-inflicted damage as well in this frame. And now you're going through the meat of the order again with one down. And to some, you might ask, why do you keep putting up runs? Well, in seasons past, when you have someone the caliber of a Sydney Watts, where you know the runs are going to be kind of scarce, you could leave bases early, kind of give outs to get to the finale. In this case, too, the runs not being scored against you aren't as guaranteed, so you're going to try to bolster that offensive number as much as you can, get as many runs across the plate as you can. And with this lineup the Falcons have, don't expect them to shy away from the 10-run-plus innings often if they can get them. It's going to be part of how they're going to get their wins this season. As ball one, 1-0 the count. Kayliana Ray 2 for 2, couple stolen bases. Tried for the bunt. It was bunted foul, 1-1. Ray, a 740 average last season, hit 75% of what's thrown to her. Just about incredible stat line. One and two, the count on Ray now. And that two-strike approach hits it to short, and the speed will take care of the rest. Ray safe. As with Ray.
Number 00, Alyssa Rogers.
First pitch, a ball down low. One and 0 the count. That 1-0 hit out towards second. Bednar able to field it and fire to first to get the second out here in this bottom of the second inning. Advancing to second base will be Kayliana Ray. And Morgan Roby. Two-run double that she was able to hit her last time up. Looking for another RBI in the inning. Called strike on Roby and going for third and getting it. In time was Kayliana Ray with a steal. Really putting the pressure on the pitchers in the circle. She'll be doing that all season long. Ray with another steal in this game. Roby hits it out towards third. Able to glove it, field it, and find first in time for the final out here in the bottom of the second inning. Falcons able to scratch across 9 runs, though, as we head to the top of the third. Back after this here on your Sports Network.
For heating, cooling, and indoor air quality, the Mahoning Valley trusts MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning, offering worry-free repair, service, and installation. Call MP Vivo today for a free estimate.
MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning. We're your energy efficient experts.
Get back to doing the things you love. Regain your freedom from chronic pain without surgery or drugs. The power of care is nothing without hope, and our chiropractic services were created with true
Welcome back, everybody, as top of the third inning and a new pitcher in the circle for the Falcons. It's the freshman Courtney Fedoruk making her varsity debut here with Austintown Fitch. And a first pitch ball here to Haley Wheeler. 2-3-4 due up in the Magnificat order. Falcons, after that 9-run bottom of the second, now lead it by a dozen, 13-1 here in the top of the third. That's hit foul behind the dish and out of play. Fedoruk, one of really three pitchers the Falcons feel like they could utilize throughout the course of this season. And there's a couple more that they feel like they might have waiting in the wings, too, that might be able to log some innings. That's hit out to second. Severn able to stay with it, but the throw is low, unable to scoop it as Toth. Wheeler gets into second base safely with a leadoff runner in scoring position.
I think that's error all the way.
Yeah, there's going to be an error on that play, no doubt, as the base runners, though, aboard, and you'll take as many as you can get if you're Magnificat right now. You want to see some ducks on the pond, and you want to just see some batters go through the order. Pence, a foul tip off of the glove of Folkwine. 0-1 the count opens up. Fedoruk. 0-1 the count. Runner in scoring position to start. She'll try to get herself out of trouble. Pence down in the count. No balls and a strike. The 0-1. And they'll skip in as Folkwine looks the runner back to second base. It's 1-1 now, the count. The 1-1. That's fouled off the edge of the bat. And Fedoruk gets Pence to fall behind. A ball and 2 strikes now. Now the 2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss. Went up the ladder and got the K. First of the day for Falcon pitching as Fedoruk records the punch out for the first out here in the top of the third, and that is the first strikeout in the varsity career of Miss Courtney Fedoruk, so congratulations to her. Kate Hershey up to bat. She has an RBI hit on today's contest as she fouls that one off of Folkwine. Folkwine getting peppered behind the plate with foul balls this inning. 0-1 the count. The 0-1. Fouled off. Went up the ladder again with that, did Fedoruk, and got her to chip it back. 0-2. Now the count after that foul. Nora Dye, the right fielder in the on-deck circle. Down 0-2. Looking for another out here, Fedoruk. Requesting for a change in the softball. Request granted. Fedoruk resumes position in the circle. The 0-2 here to Hershey. Just a bit low. Good pitch selection, too. Wanting to paint the edge of the zone. Almost did. It's a ball and 2 strikes, though, here on Hershey. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss as a foul tip into the glove of Folkwine. She holds on, and that's back-to-back Ks for Courtney Fedoruk.
Now batting the right fielder, number 18, Nora Dye.
And now Nora Dye up to bat. First pitch, swing and a miss up the ladder. as Fedoric coming in as a spark plug for the Falcons pitching staff. Trying to pitch around that error, and that leadoff runner at second base, the 0-1. Runs low, ball one, 1-1 the count. Fedoric, now the 1-1. Called strike two against Dye, now behind the count, 1-2. Fedoric looking to strike out the side here in the top of the third. One pitch away from potentially doing so. The 1-2 fouled to the fencing, first base side. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Tried to get her to chase. Staying disciplined was Dye, laying off the rise ball, 2-2. Here's the 2-2 now for Fedoric. Swing and a miss as Courtney Fedoric debuts by striking out the side here in the top of the third, posting a 0 as the 13-1 score heading to the bottom of the third here on your sports network.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun. It all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
This auto show season at Greenwood Chevrolet, it's time you experience a vehicle with flair.
This auto show season, experience a revamped Chevrolet lineup like you've never seen before. At the only dealership that goes the extra mile for you, Greenwood Chevrolet.
From Gia's to Giangelo's, we sure have grown over the years, but what hasn't changed is our appreciation for you. Thanks for choosing Giangelo's, and here's to many more years of great food and great times. Giangelo's.
It's tax season, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, your refund could be the key to you driving home in the vehicle you always wanted. I will make the most of your tax return and get you approved. Visit me at Greenwood Chevrolet, where I will go the extra mile for you.
For heating, cooling, and indoor air quality, the Mahoning Valley trusts MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning, offering worry-free repair, service, and installation. Call MP Vivo today for a free estimate.
MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning. We're your energy efficient experts.
From Gia's to Giangelo's, we sure have grown over the years, but what hasn't changed is our appreciation for you. Thanks for choosing Giangelo's, and here's to many more years of great food and great times. Giangelo's.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the bottom of the third inning, and a new pitcher in the circle here for the Blue Streaks as senior southpaw pitcher Aaron Carney will be taking things over for Magnificat. She'll be going through the middle of the Falcon order as Kylie Folkwine, Abby Toth, and Sammy Severed all due up here in the bottom of the third. Falcons holding on to a 13-1 lead right now, and the potential to add to that here in the frame. 2 innings pitched by Miley Somerville to start the game for Fitch, allowing just 1 run. And then Courtney Fedoric came into the top of the third. After 1 runner reached on an error, she struck out the side following it. All of which by swinging, if I'm not mistaken. First pitch, a ball, 1-0 to Folkwine.
2 swinging and 1 on a foul tip.
The 1-0, 2-0. As Folkwine working ahead in this count, 2-0. Pitch up high, 3 balls, no strikes. Solid ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Folkwine, and she'll take her free bag. Abby Toth with a big blast, her last time up to right center field.
All right, no alerts. It's having a conniption.
She'll be batting with Folkwine at first.
First baseman number 10, Abby Toth.
A pitch from Kearney. That'll sail high, ball 1. Swing and a miss. Going for second is Folkwine, and she'll steal it safely. And the throw goes towards center, so Folkwine will take an additional. Going to third. She stands 60 feet away. The count moves to 1-1 on the swing and a miss by Toth. That one goes above the letters, above the head to Toth. 2-1. Call it 3-1. As Wappershaw was able to at least keep it in the zip code to prevent Folkwine from trying to take the plate. Toth with the hitter's count now 3-1. And she'll let that one go. Second walk in the frame, and runners now at the corners for Samantha Severn.
Now stepping in, second baseman number 7, Sam Severn.
Samantha Severn takes the ball up high. Abby Toth will take second. And she'll get there without a throw. Call it second and third now with still nobody out here in the bottom of the third. 1-0 the count on Severn. The pitch. That'll go up high. 2-0. Call it ball 3, Severn. Way ahead in the count. And that's going to be a called strike, painting the edge of the zone. 3-1 now the count. Severn looked like she was taking all the way. Might be the case here as well. See if she has the green light. 3-1 the count. She'll lay off of it. It'll go up high. Ball 4, and the base is now loaded. As coming up to bat, due up Tori Greathouse. The left-handed hitting Tori Greathouse.
Number 51, Tori Greathouse.
Greathouse has the sacks full. Swinging and foul, tipping it into the glove. 0-1 the count off the foul tip. Wappershaw was looking for the out at third, trying to get Folkwine back. She did get back to the base in time. Count 0-1. That's a sky pop near the plate. Wappershaw calls for it and gets it. Nobody's at the plate to cover. Folkwine will score a run. Everyone else will advance a base. Great play by Wappershaw, but no one backed her up at the dish. And the Falcons able to scratch a run across because of it. Wappershaw does go out, get the first out. But Folkwine with the heads-up play has the Falcons with a score in the last 3 innings, each of the last 3. In the lead now, a Baker's dozen. And Veda Burt going to get a chance to bat as Seneca Coates his spot. Burt will get the opportunity to bat with a couple in scoring position and just one down here in the inning.
Your attention, please. Now coming to the plate and approaching it for the Fitch Falcons, pinch hitting for the left fielder Seneca Coates.
Veda Burt.
Sophomore Veda Burt.
Veda Burt was utilized as a pinch runner a lot last year too, so she got some varsity experience and playing time. Look to utilize her a little bit more often and more roles, trying to expand that this season will Coach Ward and the Falcons, including spots like this where she'll get an opportunity. Yeah. The stats guru Bob Gugliotti just informs me that might be the shortest sac fly here in Falcon softball history too, as Greathouse had it go maybe no more than 10, 15 feet from the plate to bring home Folkwine. Count is 1-0 on Burt. Burt went swinging, fouled it to the dugout. It made its way through the fencing and got its way, the little netting, and got its way into the first base dugouts somehow, some way. Burt found a way. Count moves to 1-1. That'll go outside, 2-1. At 2-1, flared towards second. Bednar can't get it off of the hop. Toth will score. Burt safe at first. Advancing to third will be severed. It's 15-1 Falcons. And bring Rachel Spalding up. Spalding collecting plenty of hits in this contest. She went 2 for 2 in the second inning alone.
Right fielder number 3, Rachel Spalding.
She'll take a ball low. Burt steals second base.
And that will go as an infield hit, by the way, an RBI.
Burt credited with her first base hit of the season, first RBI as well in that last at-bat. As that goes foul, the first grabbed it barehanded too, did the fan. That's brave of him in this weather. Might be feeling that one for the next 10 minutes. Rachel Spalding has the count even up on her with a ball and a strike after that foul. That'll go up high, 2-1. Favorable count again for Rachel with a couple in scoring position. One down in the inning. Falcons scratching across to this frame. Scored in each of the first 3 innings as Spalding takes the ball up high, 3-1. And ball 4, Spalding gets on base once again. Her 3rd time today. As the walk loads them up for K-Quick Kayliana Ray. Not too many opportunities Kayliana Ray has with the bases loaded because of typically that's batting behind her and how they can bring runners in so frequently, but she has an opportunity with the sacks full. Only one down. You don't really have to worry about doubling up if you're Kayliana Ray. It's hard to just get her on any hit in the infield with nobody on, let alone other runners in motion and trying to exchange throws between middle infielders. No joke when we say she is one of, if not the fastest softball player in the entire state. The 2-0 count The pitch to Ray. She'll take for a ball, 3-0. Falcons all staying disciplined and within themselves, not trying to do too much and swinging after pitchers that aren't them. They're staying disciplined, working the count, getting it into favorable ones and taking walks if need be. And there's another one, walking a run in. And that'll make this a 16-1 ball game. And the freshman, Ella Restivo, is going to be subbing in the circle. She'll get some practice pitches. Third pitcher we're going to get a look at here for Magnificat, taking the circle when we get back here on your Sports Network.
Toyota of Warren, trusted to get you into your dream ride since 1996. And winner of Carfax's top-rated dealer award 6 years in a row. We've got great trucks, an experienced finance team, and the ease of Toyota Care's no-cost maintenance on all new Toyotas. Find yours with us today at Toyota of Warren. Check out Toyota of Warren's all-new website for online inventory with new models delivered daily. Set up financing or schedule service at toyotaofwarren.com.
Now's the time to de-stress, relax, and enjoy the therapeutic benefits of a new spa, hot tub, or sauna from Burnett Pools, Spas, and Hot Tubs. Now's the time to save with 0% financing for 72 months and payments as low as $60 per month. Take advantage of store-wide savings on all floor models. This is your time to save and relax in a new spa, hot tub, or sauna from Burnett Pools, Spas, and Hot Tubs.
Burnett Pools, we've got it all.
New pitcher, as we mentioned, Ella Restivo, the freshman, is in as Bella Baumgart, the freshman for the Falcons side, in to hit. So it's Ella versus Bella and a freshman-freshman matchup as Baumgart going to get her first plate appearance of the season and first plate appearance in her varsity career. Baumgart will take a first pitch strike with the bases loaded and one down. Looking for a double play here is Magnificat. Falcons trying to get everybody some experience and valuable plate appearances. Baumgart will fall behind 0-2 as finding the zone early and often. Here is Restivo. That one hit out towards right center field. Baumgart with the 0-2 pitch deposits it in the gap. 1 run will score. 2 runs are in. Kayliana Ray clears the bases as Baumgart a bases clearing 3 RBI double. What a way to make a name for yourself in your first varsity at bat. And she'll make this a 19-1 Falcon lead. And Zara Burt up to bat. She'll hit a little flare towards second. Bednar able to field it for the second out. What a 2-strike approach too by Baumgart. After taking a couple strikes, able to get a nice line drive to the gap in right center.
That was number 1, Zara Burt, pinch hitting.
As Burt off of the out towards second. Runner at second. And another pinch hitter. Here as Scandy up to bat. One of the juniors here for the Falcons.
Now coming up to pinch hit for the Falcons.
Cameron Scandy will get her first varsity at bat this season.
Cameron Scandy.
Scandy hits it fair down the third base line, and a nice throw by Hershey across the diamond for the final out here in the inning. Big hit by Bella Baumgart in a bases clearing 3 RBI double is part of the 6 runs the Falcons post here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's 19-1 Austintown Fitch after 3 as we head to the top of the 4th. Ty Bartel, your sports network. We're back after this.
How did things ever get so far with your high heating bills? You should have come to me. And if you had come to me, I could have told you to call Michael at MP Vivo Heating and Air Conditioning. Michael is one of my trusted friends, and he will now be one of your friends. MP Vivo will take care of everything with a 96% high-efficiency furnace from Rude. Call MP Vivo for a free estimate at 330-259-0486 and let them take care of your situation.
Welcome back, everybody, into the top of the 4th inning. The Falcons with a big advantage, 18-run lead, 19-1. Their edge over the Magnificat Blue Streaks. Courtney Fedoric struck out the side in her first varsity inning in the circle and her first high school varsity inning period, too. As Courtney Fedoric will have the bottom of the order to kind of work against here. Veda Berta has made a substitution in for the Falcons. She sits out in left after pinch hitting. Addison Bednar, 6-7-8 due up here for the Blue Streaks, and Bednar goes swinging and missing at that first pitch. Fedoric got all 3 strikeouts swinging in that previous inning. And a ball low. 1-1 the count. Fedoric, the freshman. We mentioned one of 3 pitchers that are going to be utilized quite frequently, and then there's 2 more, too, that they're going to mix in. So potential 5 pitchers that you might see throughout the course of the season that you likely will see throughout the course of the season for Fitch. With the talent that you're seeing coming up through the youth levels, too, pitching might be hot spot, a hotbed here for the Falcons in future years. As Fedoric paints the zone for the 2nd strike of this at-bat. 2-2 she has Bednar now. Fedoric's 2-2 offering. Little bit up high. You got to love the pitch selection, though. Tried to get the chase. Great eye, though, by Bednar. Great discipline. Not offer at it. The count is full. Trying to avoid putting the first on. The payoff. That's hit out towards right center field. Kayliana Ray, so quick in center field, tracks it down for out number 1. As Fedoric gets some help with her supreme defense and her elite center fielder. Ray has that hand warmer shaking in center field, trying to just keep everything warmed up and not frozen here on a chillier March 24th day. It's ball 1 on Claire Wappershaw. That one will skip in there. 2-0 now. That's foul. Third base side, 2-1 now. Fedoric. Nobody on, 1 down here in the top of the 4th. Called strike, nice pitch by Fedoric to even the count up at 2. Falcons in a spot where they can force the run rule, the mercy rule after 5 too. So this is a point where the Falcons can get a short game here on opening day as Mary Fedora continuing to sizzle in the circle, recording her 4th strikeout here in an inning and 2/3 of work.
Now stepping in left fielder number 4, Ella Lopez.
Ella Lopez now the freshman stepping in against Fedoric. Swing and a miss, Fedoric. The 0-1 count to Lopez. It's a ball outside, 1-1. Abby Toth with the emphatic "Let's go Sugar Plum" from the first base side. The one thing you see constant, look around the infield, look around the outfield of this Falcons team, you just see smiles all the way around. And it's easy to say that too, of course, when you're up by the amount that they are too. But this is just a team that loves to have fun too. They enjoy the game they play. The 1-2, just a bit low. Fedoric though doesn't miss by much. And she definitely, if you're in the box against her, how can you not be tempted by those? A setup pitch, the 2-2, and that one looking for the ankles, and it did get a piece of Ella Lopez. A hit by pitch will put her at first. So the second inning in a row where Fedoric will try to work around a base runner. 9-hole hitter, designated player. Bella Nolan, the freshman,
Now the designated
batting.
player number 11, Bella Nolan.
Runner at first, 2 down in the inning. Fedoric a little outside with that pitch, 1-0. Is fouled straight back to the fencing as the count will even. Ball and a strike. As Nolan trying to extend this inning for the Blue Streaks. Throw by Folkwine, skips into right field, nicely backed up though by Rachel Spalding. That was a snap throw that I don't know if Toth wasn't ready for it. It also wasn't on line really by Folkwine. But backed up well by Spalding. No damage done on the base paths. That's a sky pop. Folkwine looking for a redemption, but didn't get a chance at it. It passes the fence line, but she was there in a blink of an eye. And a lot of rankings too. She's either at the top spot or in the top 3 in terms of catchers in the entire state of Ohio, high school softball-wise. Two-way catcher that has the pop at the plate, hits for a high average, has incredible speed, but her defense sets her apart from most. The 2-2 swung out and missed as Courtney Fedoric, 57, bringing the sauce out of the circle, striking out 5 in her 2 innings of work here at Austintown Fitch. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Falcons up 19-1.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun, it all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric. Over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
What can you do on over 5,000 acres? At Mill Creek Metro Parks, you can discover unique habitats and wildlife, create memorable family moments, experience history, heritage, and park programs. Explore scenic landscapes. Take time to relax and be well. Connect with nature and each other. Come see what's new at Mill Creek Metro Parks. Plan your trip now at millcreekmetroparks.org.
This auto show season at Greenwood Chevrolet, it's time you experience a vehicle with flair.
This auto show season, experience a revamped Chevrolet lineup like you've never seen before. At the only dealership that goes the extra mile for you, Greenwood Chevrolet.
Welcome in, everybody. Bottom of the fourth inning as a 1-0 count as Abby Toth was leading off here for the Falcons. That's number 4, Cece Busico, leading off in the position for Abby Toth.
I don't know how to pronounce these names. It's going to be like Severn again. I mispronounced her name, and then I finally got it straightened out like later.
That's a ball up high. That Busico name is a staple in this Austintown community. We've heard it up and down.
I'm not that far away anyway.
And Cece getting her first plate appearance of the season. Nobody on right now here. Busico hits it to first. It'll skip off the glove, and an error will put her on first. Busico reaches base.
Number 22, junior, Jules Farmer.
Jules Farmer, Juliana Farmer, up to bat now. In for Sammy Severn's position. Batting 6th in this order. Busico sits at first. Farmer, another one of those names, too. She could get it done with the bat. She did last season in her opportunities, but she also, a pitcher out of the circle. She really logged a lot of innings for the junior varsity squad on this Falcons team last year. And she will look to get some innings, too, at the varsity level this year. 2-0. That'll skip in. 3-0. Nice eye by Farmer. As Jules looking to reach.
I'm going to have to redeem myself later.
The 3-0. Farmer saw something she liked, just fouled it back.
Just like what syllable do you accent and then you pronounce it?
Cece Busico at first. Farmer ready for the 3-1 at the dish.
I should know our players.
And that'll be ball 4 and a walk. As Farmer reaches base. And now Courtney Fedoruk has already made quite a name for herself in the circle. And the Falcon dugout wants to see some more of that magic pop up in the box.
And now in the box, hitting from the left side.
Out of the Falcon Athletic Department, Chris Lewis tells me that Courtney Fedoruk, also a freshman that came out for the golf team here as well, went swinging and missing at that first pitch, 0-1. Doesn't seem like the moment ever is too big for Fedoruk. She's just having a fun time out there. And what a debut she's had in the circle. She swings and hits that one out to right field, dropping in a hurry, and it'll drop in for a base hit as Farmer will reach second. A single for Fedoruk. And can you ask for any better way to debut here on your freshman year? 2 innings, 5 strikeouts of work in the circle, and now you're 1 for 1 at the dish with a single. She just flared that one out to right field and found some open grass. Veda Burt now bats with the bases loaded. Everyone going? No, everyone's got to back up. It's Courtney Fedoruk showing off her wheel. She got three quarters of the way to second and had to pump the brakes and get back. Veda Burt, count 1-0 on her. Called strike, and it'll even. The shadows encompassing the infield now. Burt will take the called strike, 1-2. Busico at third, Farmer at second, Fedoric at first. Nobody out here in this bottom of the fourth inning. The 1-2. Ball 2, 2-2. Swing and a miss. Burt went chasing, but unable to find it, and Burt gonna reach base. Despite the strikeout, Falcons will scratch across a run anyway, and still will be without an out.
Now the right fielder, number 3, Rachel Spalding.
That's a hit up the middle. Base hit. Rachel Spalding getting her third hit of the game. She reaches for the fourth time. Another RBI for Rach, and a blackjack. 21 runs for the Falcons scored today. So, for clarification, as sacrifice bunt, no, never a sacrifice for Kayleana Ray. Look at how they worked that. Fedoric scores. Kayleana Ray easily safe at first. RBI bunt single for K-Quick. Just clearing things up, too. Veda Burt, the strikeout and hit her in the ankle, too. So that's the reason why she was out and not safe at first base, despite it getting by. So there is one down in the inning. But the Falcons do lead this one 22-1 now. As Alyssa Schroeds going to be sitting up, batting out of the left-handed side. Rogers, the shortstop, looking for some runs batted in. We'll take a pitch up high, ball 1. Falcons have scored at least 3 runs now in each of the first 4 innings. As Kayleana Ray leaves early. And that'll be the out. And another one left early, so that'll end the inning as both runners give up themselves that are on the base paths, and the Falcons will look for 3 outs to get a win here, up 22-1, heading to the top of the 5th. Ty Bartel, your sports network. We're back after this.
At Joe Dickey Electric, no job is too big or too small. With over 65 years of commercial, industrial, residential, and 24/7 emergency services, you can trust the experts at Joe Dickey Electric because we are everything electrical.
No matter what time of year, it's always a great time to shop at Sheely's. Create the perfect home with a full lineup of appliances from Whirlpool. From stocking your fridge to cooking for family and friends and even cleaning up afterwards, Whirlpool offers solutions for any occasion. Whatever life brings, these washer and dryer pairs help keep laundry under control. And as always, get it all with free haul-away and free local delivery. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
You know, being able to have success on the football field and the basketball court and just every aspect of, my sports career is now documented. One of the greatest things about high school sports is to be able to talk about it for the rest of your life and to look back on the days with my buddies whenever we have some battles, whether it was our rival or just another game. And I could go back and look at it, and not only myself but my family members, my teammates, and it's something that will last a lifetime. My name is Parker Sherry, and my sports network is your sports network.
Welcome back, everybody. Top of the 5th inning as Courtney Fedork has pitched the 3rd and the 4th inning clean, striking out 5. And she will now get an opportunity to try to complete this 5th and get the win here for the Falcons, as they are well above the run limit needed of 10 to force the run rule, mercy rule after 5, up by 3 touchdowns currently. Fedork entering her 3rd inning of work, and a first pitch ball. Fedork's 1-0 missing for a ball, 2-0. Called strike, it's 2-1. Ball low, and Fedork falls behind in the count, 3-1 now. Three-one swing and a miss, 3-2. The payoff, and that'll skip into the turf, and a leadoff walk worked by the Blue Streaks. As Haley Wheeler up the bat, runner at first.
Now the shortstop, number 8, Haley Wheeler.
Swing and a miss. Fedork gets Wheeler to go chasing after the high cheddar. 0-1. Rachel Spalding, the only one that has the luck to be in some sun right now out in right field. Everybody else has been encompassed by the shadows that have taken over here the softball complex. The foul back by Wheeler, 0-2. Fedork, foot on the rubber, ready with the 0-2. That one will skip in. Folkwine will keep it close. The 0-2. 1-2, excuse me, now 2-2. As that one skipped in as well. From 0-2 to 2-2, Wheeler now with the count even. Takes her hack, hits it to short. Rogers there to Severin for 1. Throw to first, not in time. Just barely able to beat it out is Wheeler to avoid the double up. Falcons will settle for the 1 out, getting the lead runner. Nice play by Rogers. Severin trying to just get some feeling into that hand right now as we got cold hands all around the infield. Like we said, the shadows don't make it any easier. That's it out to right. Spalding looks it into the leather as the constant, consistent right fielder for the Falcons makes can of corn plays like that all day. And that's the 2nd out here in the 5th. And Fedork stands 1 out away from pitching the Falcons to a victory.
Number 5, Kate Hershey.
Called ball 1. Kate Hershey brought home the only run today for the Blue Streaks with an RBI single. That's fouled back. 1-1, now 1-2. Fedoruk would also get credited with the win, getting 3 innings of work and pitching this 5th under her belt. It's 2-2. She stands 1 pitch away from accomplishing that. Here's the 2-2. Ball 3, 3-2. Fedoruk trying to finish it. Nora Dye awaits in the on-deck circle if Hershey can reach. Here's the payoff. Hit to short past the diving Rogers and into second safely was Roth. Second hit of the day for Hershey, and it'll extend this inning. Second and third set up, or first and second rather, set up with 2 down here in the frame. Coach Becky Spalding going to have a conversation with her pitcher-catcher combination in that battery. That was the first hit today that Fedoruk gave up. 3 base runners that reached previous were on a walk, a hit by pitch, and an error. She's worked around the 4 base runners she's had to face off against, with 5 strikeouts helping that effort.
Now coming to the dish, right fielder number 18, Nora Dye.
Nora Dye takes aim with 2 on, 2 down, top of the 5th inning. Ball 1, low. That'll skip past Dye, 2-0 the count. Both runners advance. Second and third. Now set up for Fitch. The 2-0. That's hit to third. Roby scoops it, fields it, fires to first, and that's the ball game. The Falcons emphatically take game number 1 of their season, 22-1 against the Magnificat Blue Streaks, provided by some offensive display, scoring 3 or more runs in each of their 4 offensive innings of work, plus great pitching by the combination of Miley Somerville, the junior, and the freshman, Courtney Fedoruk, bursting on the scenes with 3 innings of work. She got the win with 5 strikeouts to boast. As the Falcons will move to 1-0 on the season, the Blue Streaks will drop, or 1-0 on the season for the Falcons. Blue Streaks will drop to 1-1 on the campaign. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in and watching this broadcast of high school softball on ysnlive.com. To our proud owners, DJ Yoakley and Brian Scott, able to bring this game to each and every person unable to make it in attendance today. To our GMs, Chris Sigler and Steve Leslie, for all the work they do for the Mahoning Valley. We thank them for each and every single hat that they wear. And most importantly, to all of you who tuned in and helped support these kids, schools, and communities. It is your support that we thank you for and appreciate you so much for your constant and continuous effort for what you put in for our student athletes. Whether you are from the Rocky River area supporting Magnificat, or you're one of our YSN teams here with the Austintown Fitch Falcons in this community supporting Fitch, we thank you for your continued and constant support of not only Austintown Fitch Falcon Athletics, but also your sports network. Wherever you may be in the sport of high school softball, this is Ty Bartel bidding you all a farewell and a good day, everybody.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of your sports network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.